What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Love and Rice podcast with your host, Aunt Ma.
I'm your other host, Christina.
And if you guys are new to this podcast, make sure to subscribe to all of our podcast platforms. Follow us on there. We're also on YouTube. Podcast platforms such as Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google, iHeartRadio. Also, we're on Instagram and TikTok, Love and Rice Podcast. So make sure you follow us throughout all those social media platforms as well. And on this episode, this is going to be a fun one. So there's another viral TikTok list that's been going around for a few years. We just did an episode about a list of places women refuse to go on first dates. So if you guys have not listened to that podcast, make sure you watch that after this. Okay. This one's going to be pretty special. If you guys are listening on anything but YouTube or Spotify, you might want to go into those platforms and watch this one, because we're going to be watching some videos here and we're going to react to them, because I just find it so interesting. And the one thing that we're going to talk about today is this viral list. It's been going on for about, I would say, maybe 4 years now.
Oh, wow.
Okay. This is the ick list. If you guys never heard of the ick list or don't know what an ick is, an ick is something that disgusts you, or that's disgusting to you about somebody or something they do.
Like, it gives you the chills. You're just like, ugh, kind of disgusted,
The
right?
chills. Well,
Yeah.
that's okay. That's pretty cold. That's pretty. That's a big ick.
It depends on how big it is. So
Some of them is just like, oh my god.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So this list is so crazy that it now has 600 icks. Okay.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So there's so many girls that, you know, they add to this list. And there's also a lot of other girls I see on TikTok, and they're being interviewed by people, you know, these social media experiments. And they're like, oh yeah, I have all these icks on my phone. So they go on their notepad in their iPhone and they write these icks and they have long lists.
Is it just girls that are doing it, or are there icks too from guys?
It's mainly girls, but there are some from guys about girls as well.
Got it. Okay. So we're going to be doing a little bit of both just to make it fair.
There's way more girls. Yeah.
Okay.
Way more girls complaining about guys.
All right. Well, probably because they're the ones that are being asked the most about it too. And the list probably just accumulated over 4 years.
Yeah, they get pretty it's pretty bad. Some of them are just ridiculous. So I want to give you guys an example of what an ick is. So we'll go into the first one.
What is your biggest ick?
Boys falling over.
Falling
Boys
over.
having a bar.
What is your biggest ick?
When they're eating, but there's no table, so they have to balance the plate on their legs, and their legs are together like this, and they have to like balance the plate on
They're
their
getting so
knees
picky.
like
But
that.
sometimes you don't
They
have a
just, like,
choice.
have a bath instead of a shower all the time.
I love having a bath
That's
though.
Ant.
Yeah, I like having baths too.
Wait, hold on. What is wrong with having a bath? Okay, so there are multiple icks in this video, and the one that got to me was the bath thing. What's wrong with a guy taking a bath?
I don't know any guys before you. I don't know.
Put me on blast. All right, let's go.
I mean-
let's go.
I've never known anyone to like take baths as much as you do.
You also don't know anyone who's ever played as much basketball as I have.
I have.
No.
I have, but they didn't take baths.
I've played like 3 to 5 times a week for like 30 years.
Yeah, I've known people that balled a lot too.
Yeah, they're probably slow and they don't run. The reason why I'm saying this is because I got basketball legs. When you have basketball legs, I'm tired, okay? I haven't played in like a long time. I'm talking about now I haven't played in years, but my legs are always so tired, and I don't want to stand in the shower anymore. Also, probably because of also adding to how much I work and stand in when I was doing, when I was a sushi chef, I was working in the restaurant as a waiter, busboy, all that stuff, doing construction. Like, I'm tired.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be like a server, a cocktail waitress, a bartender, so I was always on my feet, and I always wore heels too. But I never really cared to take a bath after that. Like, I was just always a shower person, and you're actually the one who got me in, like, starting into taking baths.
I think it's in the last 10 years, I've taken a lot more than before. But prior to that, there were a lot of showers.
Like every
Mainly
day.
showers. Yeah. Yeah, what's wrong with it? Is that an ick for you?
So I think in the beginning I was adjusting to it, and I thought it was kind of weird because I was like, oh, this guy really just likes taking baths. And it was weird to me because I wasn't taking baths, but you were the one that was taking it. So I was
Hell
just
yeah.
like, why?
I
don't
just
get it.
I just don't want to stand.
Yeah.
That's my main thing. I want my legs to soak in the water.
Yeah,
my,
I mean
my
now
knees.
now I'm used to it, but I think maybe these girls that are being interviewed on the streets, like that's an ick for them when it comes to like maybe dating someone new and fresh.
I guess, but it's my knees.
I
That's
guess.
what it is. I got basketball knees and ankles, and anytime I walk, it's all crack, 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 crack. So that's why I take a bath. All right.
All right.
All right. Damn, these girls. All right.
How do you guys feel about this? I'm kind of interested to know.
Don't answer that.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
Comment below.
Comment, guys. All right. So here's the second video of a girl talking about an ick. All right.
He's a 10 out of 10, but when you go for drinks with him and there's a straw in his drink, he uses the straw. Those are for us. Put that away. Those are for us. Not for you. Don't care what you say.
No
That
way.
is so weird. I've never seen that as an ick, and it really just depends on what you're drinking.
Bro, if you do not use a straw, that is disgusting. Do you know how many lips touch a glass, especially a glass of water at a restaurant? You have to use a straw. It's just sanitary.
But they get clean. But I think
Trust me, they're not that clean.
Oh, well,
I've also been a dishwasher before, and sometimes there's not that much soap on it, and it's just rinsed.
huh? Because when I was bartending and I was dealing with washing the cups and everything, I made sure I washed them very thoroughly. But I mean,
Dude,
it's probably different everywhere.
When you're in a restaurant and there's like 1,000 people in the restaurant, and you see these crates of dishes go through the Ecolab machine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then when you pull it out, there's still all these food debris in there.
Yeah, I have gotten some cups before where there's still like lipstick stains on it, or you kind of see like that
Right.
it's not clean. But also, it's because of the servers too. Sometimes they hold the cups, they hold it from the top with their fingers, or they're holding it like, or they're touching where your mouth would go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, how ridiculous these icks are.
But drinking like an alcoholic beverage or whatever beverage she's talking about, like with a straw, I don't see that as an ick. That's unless you're like,
it be any drink.
unless it's like straight up whiskey, right? And then you're sipping it with a straw, then that's a different story. But if it's like a cocktail or some, like.
All
I
right,
don't
well,
see a
so
problem with
far,
that.
I use straws. I take a bath.
Yeah.
And it
Me
doesn't.
too.
There we go. There we go.
But I'm also not a guy.
All right, so because the first two videos are pretty ridiculous, I actually want to scroll through the list that they have. All right.
Of 600 icks?
Well, we can look at like the first
Or
couple
what?
hundred.
Okay.
All right. I mean, some of them say like, it says don't smile, be happy. Another one says don't tie your shoes. I saw this video. Someone had an ick, and the guy was tying his shoes, and it took him forever.
Okay.
And that became an ick.
So do they want them to like trip and fall? Like, wouldn't that be a bigger ick? Because they didn't tie their shoes?
That is also another ick.
Okay.
Basically, everything's an ick. There's don't breathe. There is.
I think this one seems like a satire one. That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I mean, so now when I go to like number 33, don't have pain in your feet. Bro, sometimes
Don't
my feet
have
hurt.
pain in your feet? How? What? Who wrote this ick list? It just doesn't make sense.
Girls.
They just don't want people to exist.
I think these are girls who are under 25.
maybe
Like
even,
immature girls.
like in their teens, maybe.
Actually, you know what? I have seen some videos of wives and husbands.
oh,
well.
that's an interesting
One is like don't chew, because the way they chew is like
well, like don't chew with your mouth open,
Right.
Specifically, okay.
yeah, don't wear skinny jeans.
Oh,
You know, there's a lot. There's 600 icks here. So I'm gonna move on to the next video. All right. All right, here we go.
What is the biggest ick for a guy?
When he has a birthday.
When he has a birthday.
Yes, if he celebrates his birthday.
What is wrong with these people?
All right, so I kind of get this one. This one kind of bothers me too. It's when the guy celebrates his birthday. Right? They go all out. They do so much for their birthday. It's a little weird.
Why is it weird?
Why are you going all out for your birthday as a guy?
Why not? Your birthday comes once a year. I think it should be celebrated. And
What if there's a group of friends of like 20 guys, and then there's like every month or twice a month there's a crazy birthday party? It's like there's like 20 guys. We gotta all go eat at a restaurant, and then we all gotta go to a club and then get a table and do all this stuff. And it's like it's too much. I'm to the point where now I don't like. I'm a dad. I'm tired, and like, I don't even want to celebrate my birthday anymore.
Yeah.
I rather every time you ask me, I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Right?
Well, that's why we keep it simple. So I think like you should always celebrate your birthday, like when you're in the mood for it. It doesn't have to be crazy like what you're saying with like going to clubs and having like all these people or whatever, right? But like I think you should still celebrate your birthday.
I just feel like I don't care for my birthday anymore.
But you should.
And
I
so
think you should.
what I rather do is I rather go on vacations and
Yeah,
just,
that could be celebrating your birthday, going
just-
on a getaway.
right. But it's just like you, me, and the kids.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah.
but that's so I don't have to celebrate with other people.
Yeah, but that's still
Like,
celebrating.
I don't want to go anywhere with anybody else. I just want to go like, hey, let's go on this weekend trip. Type of
Okay.
thing.
So the ick you're probably saying is that like for guys who celebrate it and make it a huge thing.
Right.
And
And then
have a
there's
big
like a
celebration.
birthday cake, and
Okay.
everyone's like, it's just too
Got it.
It's just too much.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's an ick.
Oh, I
Yeah.
find it as an ick for guys. I'm a guy finding it as
Okay.
an ick.
All right.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm weird.
Yeah, you are.
All right, here's this one.
Your
Ready?
biggest ick.
Men with children, the 50-50 conversation, men with no tattoos, Libra men, men all together.
Hey, what's your biggest ick?
People who
Oh, she's
don't
just red
shower.
flags.
She's just
Like if I
mean.
see you at
Oh,
11
ew.
o'clock and the next day it's like 8 p.m. and you have not changed your clothes, that's disgusting.
Hey, what's your biggest
Who
ick?
doesn't shower?
When guys spit on the ground.
When they grab your waist, when they like
Yeah, I
move
hate
past
that.
you, I just
can't
hate
stand
it
that.
because like why? Like there's no reason. You could just go like just don't touch me, please.
Hey, what's your biggest ick?
Birthday makeup. That's trash. Trash is
Yes.
Hey, what's your biggest ick?
did-
when women wear their
what did
bonnets in
he
class.
say?
All right, why you say that?
They just don't look good.
What's a
Hey,
bonnet?
what's your biggest ick?
When they're
I'm
ashy.
gonna pause real
'cause-
quick. He said birthday cake. I mean birthday makeup.
I was like, birthday cake? What do you mean birthday makeup?
So when girls go out for their birthdays,
Yeah.
they tend to put on more makeup than usual.
Yeah, because
So-
it's like a special event.
Yeah, that's an ick
Oh.
because it's too much. Like
Hmm.
guys like it when girls just keep it simple and they like how they look every day. So then when they go too much on their birthday, it's like, whoa, like I'm used to you being just your everyday, in your everyday makeup.
Oh, okay. Well, I
face.
mean, girls do that because, like, when it comes to their birthday, that's like a special celebration. So they want to get extra dolled up. They want to get full glam.
Yeah,
Like,
but sometimes it's just caked on. You know what I
oh.
mean? Like you can tell where it's like the makeup is like all white here and then their skin is like tan.
Oh, well, that's
You
just
know?
people who don't know how to match their foundation to their neck.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a different story.
Well, there you go.
Uh-huh.
But then now this person talked about a bonnet. What's
Oh,
a bonnet? What is
so
that?
it's kind of like a shower cap, but then it's like made of silk or satin, and then you like people wear it to sleep. Because
Like a do-rag?
not necessarily. It basically looks like a shower cap, except it's like a softer satin material. But then like a lot of girls wear it because when you're sleeping, your hair gets damaged on the pillow. And then like, yeah.
But the pillow is like filled with feathers and it's soft.
It doesn't matter. When you're putting on the pressure on it, like it's breaking your hair strands and everything, and it's like making it dry and causing friction and stuff. Guys don't know these things.
That's weird.
Yeah. I mean, I just recently learned that too. And I bought one and I was like, I never wore it.
All right. Well, let's continue this
Okay.
video.
Hey, what's your biggest ick?
When they're ashy, because put on your lotion.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your biggest ick?
Bad hygiene. Use some
Yes.
deodorant, okay? It's $2 at the store.
Hey, what's your biggest ick?
People that don't communicate, people that like chocolate ice cream.
Hey, what's your biggest ick?
When a woman's bathroom is completely dirty, it be the
Oh,
most
okay, yeah.
prettiest girls.
I
They have
get
the most
that.
trash bathrooms. Look like a war zone in there.
Yeah, that
All
one I
right.
get because I've been to like people's houses, and then when I see that their restroom is like super nasty, I'm just like, how do you spend so much time in here? Because girls usually tend to like get ready in the restrooms, and they're just in there all the time, and they have like nice things in there, but it's like messy, and I'm just like, doesn't that feel gross?
There's a couple icks in this video that I want to talk about.
Okay.
Chocolate ice cream. What's wrong with chocolate ice cream? I love chocolate ice cream.
I mean, I don't prefer chocolate ice cream, but
I
I don't
love
see it
it.
as an ick.
I love it.
Like, because you like the Neapolitan? Is that what it is?
Well, the Neapolitan is because I like variety.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite is actually spumoni,
Oh, yeah.
where it's like strawberry, chocolate, and pistachio.
I don't like it.
That's bomb.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't know. I love spumoni.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
I think so.
But- okay. The other ick that I caught on there was people who don't shower.
Yeah.
Now, okay, I don't know who doesn't shower, but I have an ick about the way people shower.
What do you mean?
So, what do you prefer? I know what you do, But what do you think about when there's people who shower at night before they sleep? You know, and they get into their clean bed, and then there's people who only shower in the mornings.
Well, I guess it depends because I know people who, because they're at home all the time, like they don't really go out of the house, so they might shower in the morning or like the night before, and then they don't shower until the next day.
But there's people that just they do their whole day. They're going out and doing stuff, and then they don't shower till the morning. I get it. They want to be fresh when they go out.
Yeah.
But when you come home and you're dirty and then you get into bed, then your bed's all dirty and it smells and like that's nasty.
Yeah, I really think it just depends on what people are doing throughout the day. But I feel like if you do go out, it does make sense to shower. But sometimes people get so tired and they might just come home and like wash their face and everything else and just go to bed. And I feel like once in a while, that's okay.
Like once a year.
I mean, it could be more than that.
Yeah, I don't.
It depends. It depends. But I think it's like if someone is like sleeping in their own bed and they don't have to worry like about the consideration of someone else, like us, right? Then sure, if they do that, that's their own bed. But for us,
I mean, and then like let's say I'm single,
yeah,
right? And then I don't shower till the mornings, but my bed is dirty and stuff. It's like, well, how often does this person even change their bed sheets?
Yeah, that would be an ick for me.
You know?
Yeah,
that's nasty. Bed sheets smell very fast.
And then all the dead skin cell and everything else too.
Oh my God. All right. Crazy icks here, guys.
These are really weird. Some of them just don't make sense.
All right, you ready for this one?
Yeah.
What's one of your icks when it comes to guys?
When his fingernails are so fucking long.
Anything.
Oh, okay.
Just breathing.
Yeah, ugh.
Unless he plays guitar and his fingernails are long for that. Besides that, cut that shit.
If he's a SoundCloud rapper.
My biggest ick is when
Hold up.
SoundCloud rapper, was that you?
I was a MySpace rapper.
Oh.
What's wrong
that
with
was
being
cool back then. I don't know.
Oh, that's true. Now this is like 20 years later and people are still doing it.
Yeah. I feel like everyone is kind of being very shallow and like has high expectations and just don't want people to exist.
Well, yeah, she said just breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or they just like
cold.
hate men or something altogether.
That's cold, man. That's
cold. But the long nail thing.
I don't like seeing long fingernails
Yeah,
either.
I don't either.
Especially if you guys make videos and you're doing videos with food or something.
Oh, yeah.
And I see longer fingernails in there.
And your nails are dirty too at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, okay, men with long, dirty fingernails.
Yes.
It doesn't even have to be long. It's just like if you see the white part and there's dirt in it, that's kind of disgusting, right? And then when I see girls who do have their nails done, but it's so long to the point of where I'm like, where's the function in your fingers? Like, that's too much for me.
There are actually women who can do it, or sometimes they'll have the curved ones and it's all crazy and stuff.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah. I mean, I can't function. I can't function with long nails, so I just keep it short.
Yeah, okay. So let's move on.
My biggest ick is when a guy has a super big ego. I just think they're so hot and they're not.
What if he's good? Got 100K plays.
I just can't. Like a SoundCloud rapper.
Come on. Biggest ick is when a guy is under 5 foot.
Oh,
10.
geez.
I guess like the thought of him like bumping into something and being nonchalant about it.
When you like are looking at a guy and then they trip and fall.
Pretending no one saw
You
it.
like see him trip and fall and then you're like, what the fuck?
It's like, get up.
It's like, what the fuck?
What else are we supposed to do?
When they're a club promoter.
If they don't believe in astrology.
Yeah.
What sign are you?
Sagittarius.
Yikes. Well, I just know we would never work out. I'm a Virgo.
Oh yeah, we wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, one of them is when a guy trauma dumps on you for 2 hours.
Trauma dump. What the hell does that mean?
It's when a guy tells you all of his problems and all of his trauma from the past, 15 years.
So a guy should never really open up to you.
Not in the first 2 weeks.
Okay, well, I get that. Well, no, but at the same time, it's like you want to get to know someone when you're first dating them, but at the same time, when they give you too much of their backstory to the point where it's like kind of draining.
That's girls. That's what girls do all the time. It's too much.
But not in the beginning when you're first dating. You don't trauma dump everything. Like you don't put everything out there. Like it just slowly comes out throughout the
I
relationship.
don't know. Another one that she said was astrology. Oh, but that's men talking about astrology, huh?
Yeah.
I see when women talk about that.
You
like
see it as an ick? I talk about it all the time.
I know.
No wonder. Because you're always like, that's so funny because I just had a conversation about this with my friend last night. And I was like, yeah, like whenever I bring it up to Ant, he's like, why do you keep referring back to like our signs and everything? And I'm like, because it's true. It really is true.
Just let me live my life.
Well, but I mean, it helps you to like balance your lifestyle and to know like
yesterday, you're like, it's a full moon tonight. And I'm like, okay.
So
what about it? What about it?
I say that because because I went out last night and I left Aunt with the kids.
Yeah.
And I was warning you that it's a full moon because every time there's a full moon, the kids act crazy.
So when you went out last night, I took care of the kids. We had dinner. They had milk. We had a bath. Everything was done by like 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
Brushed her teeth. She cleaned up her Barbie doll house. And then when it was bedtime, I was like, oh no. Okay, full moon. What am I going to do? And I was like, all right, Leia, I'm going to put you down. We're going to give you your hugs and kisses. And then I'm going to put Enzo down and I'm going to stay with Enzo for 5 minutes. And so I put her down and she's like, okay, good night. And then I put Enzo down. I stayed with him for 5 minutes. He fell asleep very fast. I went to go check up on Leia. She was already sleeping.
Okay.
And this was all by like 8 o'clock.
Nice.
So it was like better than a normal night.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
So that's why when you bring up that stuff, I'm like, what does that even mean?
Well, I like to bring up astrology because I like to talk about our signs and stuff too. And it kind of helps us to understand how that person is, their personality, their traits. So we can know how to like communicate with them and how to like show them affection and how to talk to them and everything.
None of that changes the way I talk to people. It's just always the same.
Yeah, because you're a Leo.
It is what it is. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get into some more of these ick videos. All right.
Oh,
this
okay,
one,
girl icks. I'm interested
yes,
to hear this
it's a
one.
guy talking about a girl.
Okay.
All right.
I love hearing it from a guy's perspective.
Here we go.
Stop doing these. When you say you're funny, like you make a good joke, maybe it is funny, but then you have to say like I'm so funny. Don't do that. Please don't do that. If you're funny, you don't need to say you're funny. Ick.
Yeah, I agree with that one. You don't do that though.
Yeah, I don't do that, but I thought girls just do that just to be funny, and they're like, haha.
That's what he's saying.
Oh, and
he's
that's
like,
an
don't
ick.
do that.
Oh,
yeah. If you're
okay.
funny, you're funny. But adding that you're funny and you laugh with it just makes it corny.
That kind of goes back to the last one that we saw where they're talking about the big eagle, right?
Right.
Like that is probably one of my biggest icks when someone is like overly confident. They think they're so badass. And I'm just like, ew, I can't deal with that. That's one thing I cannot deal with. It's disgusting. So it kind of, I think it goes.
What's a guy with a big ego? I want to know if I'm this guy.
Well, just someone that's like overly confident. They think that they can get anything that they want. They think they could get any girl. They think they're like so perfect or that like.
But I get anything I want by working for it.
Well, that's different. I mean,
So you're just talking about guys who like try to get girls all the time.
Well, that or just people who are too cocky about anything that they do. Yeah.
All
You
right.
have to stay humble.
Guys, do not
Be
have a super
humble.
big ego.
That's a big turnoff for a lot of women, and they will stop dating you specifically just for that alone.
I mean, those guys aren't even in the right mindset to be with girls anyways. Those are just guys are just looking for hit it and quit it.
Maybe.
what I
Not
mean?
necessarily. I've dated guys who were like overly confident, and I would just stop talking to them because I just didn't like it. But they weren't trying to hit it and quit it. That's just how they are. Don't do it, guys.
All right, here we go. Next ick video.
What is your biggest ick in a guy?
The thought of them having a shower and waiting for the water to get hot and just standing there naked.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. I
These
think
people
everyone
are getting
does that,
so
right?
specific. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Like you're already undressed. You're going into the shower, and you're like, "Oh shit, this water's really cold. Like I have to just wait until it warms up."
So I guess we should be smarter about it
And
and
turn
turn
it
on the
on.
water first. But what's not smart about that is by the time the water's getting hot, you're taking off your clothes and you're wasting money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So haha.
That's a weird one. That I don't know.
Yeah, girls are crazy, man. Girls are crazy. All right, here we go.
What's your biggest ick?
I don't like when men know how to cook, because why do you know how to cook? That's a problem.
Why do you know how to cook? Is that what she said?
Yeah, she doesn't like it when men know how to cook.
That's weird.
I
I
mean,
love that you can cook.
hey, if she wants to cook for every guy that she meets, more power to her.
Yep. Joke's on you.
I mean, I wish you cook for me every single day. I would love that. Can that be your ick?
No. No. Because I'm smart.
Yeah, you love it when I cook, right?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure the kids do too. They're gonna be so sad when they grow up and they move out of the house and daddy's not there to cook for them anymore. Because I cook the best meals.
That's true. Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Now they're so spoiled.
Okay, so yesterday I asked Leia, what do you want to have for dinner? And then she said, lobster.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no. And she said, crab.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said sushi.
Uh-huh. Yeah. This is all because of you.
Well, okay. So she sounds like she's becoming a little bit bratty by asking for certain things. We
Not
have
bratty.
we have lobster like maybe twice a year,
Yeah.
right? But we'll buy like the whole pack from Costco and I'll freeze it, separate it, and that way,
Make it at home.
those $40 of lobster tails we eat throughout the year. But like for the sushi thing, I get it when a lot of kids eat sushi, but for our kids, they don't eat sushi like that. We're just talking about like masago nigiri, like little orange eggs.
Like the fish eggs.
That's
yeah.
it, right? She's not eating salmon. She's not eating toro, uni, unagi, all this stuff.
They want to, but they're still a little bit young. So
Yeah, they haven't had the real sushi experience yet.
yeah. Yeah. But I think that's a great thing because they say that you got to show your kids very good treatment. You treat them right. So when they get older, especially for our daughters, that you're setting the standard already. So they're not dating guys who are like doing the bare minimum.
What do you think about this? So as long as you've known me, I've always had a lot of sushi. I was a sushi chef.
Yeah.
Right. And I know a lot about sushi and how to make them and just everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at what age do you think I started eating raw sushi?
Maybe in your teens?
I was still eating California rolls and teriyaki bowls at that time.
Oh, so was I. I was eating that.
Like the combinations?
Even when I met
boxes?
you. Yeah, that's all I was eating.
Yeah, you weren't even eating salmon yet when I met you.
I was just doing California rolls. That was it.
And that was definitely an ick in the beginning for me. I was like, there's no way you're not eating salmon sushi.
I have no idea. I grew up in a household where my parents were like making well-done steak and everything too.
That's nasty.
Yeah. Ever since I started eating medium rare steaks, I was just like, how do my parents do this? Or even when we're at home with them and I'm like making it or they're making it, I'm like, oh, you could take mine off the pan. Like I'm good, but they'll cook it all the way through.
So is this stuff that you learned from me? Because it's not like I was trying to change you to be like, here's sushi, here's medium rare steaks. It's more of like, I don't know. This is how it's meant to be eaten. This is what people, you should try it.
I think it's you just introducing me into new foods and having me open my mind more because even my parents didn't eat sushi at that time too. So we had no idea. Yeah. None of us had sushi.
So I couldn't do raw salmon or anything until I was like 22, 23. And that was when I was a sushi chef on like year 2.
So we weren't even that far behind then because I probably started eating sushi in like my mid-20s.
It was like
right?
28, something like that.
Dang.
27, 28.
Wow. Oh yeah, it took a while.
Yeah, that's when I first met you.
It took me like 2 years.
Yeah. And to actually start enjoying it and like your taste buds start changing and now you're craving it. It's like it goes with age, but like for me, I was a sushi chef for a year and I couldn't do it. And then on the next year, I was like, okay, let me try again. And then when I tried it again, I was like, oh, my palate changed. Now I actually like it.
I love sushi now.
Yeah.
I want to go eat it. I'm craving it.
Oh my gosh. Let's finish this video before we go eat some sushi, all right? All right, here we go.
What gives you the ick?
What?
What gives you the ick?
Oh, boys who shower in with their bare feet.
How else are you supposed to shower? I don't understand.
I mean, just seeing boys in the shower bare feet.
I
just
don't
give me the ick.
They're supposed to wear socks in the shower. What?
That is so weird.
All right. So it says, ick number 587. Don't shower barefoot.
I don't understand these. These don't make sense.
I mean, I think her ick is just feet.
Maybe.
Like she just doesn't like men's feet.
Possibly. Or she thinks that the shower floor is dirty.
I mean, they're also...
So how does she shower then? With shower slippers?
How do you clean your feet? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Weird.
That's nasty. I mean, they're from another country
that's
too.
A safety hazard.
I don't know how people do it in where they are. I don't know if it's the UK, England. I don't know, but they're somewhere out there, and Is it different? I feel like it's the same in the entire
Yeah.
world.
You know, it's kind of weird because like these icks that I'm seeing that the girls are responding with, like theirs are really weird. I want to see more of like guy ones because there's actually make sense.
All right, well, let's see. I don't know if I have any more guy ones on here. It's hard to
Okay.
find.
Yeah, these girl ones are just, I don't know.
Okay, how about this one?
What's your biggest ick in a guy?
Like when they. No.
Say it. Say
No,
it.
no, no.
Run it.
That was so mean. I was gonna say if they're like really nice, it's such an ick.
Oh.
Too nice.
Too nice.
Ick number 106. Don't be nice.
Yeah, I mean, don't be too nice because
What's nice and what's too nice?
too nice is being like passive and being not being aggressive or assertive enough. So it's like letting everything go and not letting anything bother you, being too chill, and then like
It's not letting you do what you want kind of thing, right?
what do you mean?
So it's like if I know I want to go eat sushi tonight, but I ask you, what do you want for dinner? And you're like, oh, I want Chinese food. And I'm like, oh, I was kind of thinking about sushi tonight. And you're like, no, I want Chinese food. And he's like, all right. And that's like every single meal,
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah. Yeah, that just
I don't
just
know.
not being too passive.
Yeah.
Or if like someone bumps into them and they'll be like, "Oh, sorry," you know, like every time.
Oh,
Just, like,
yes.
stuff like
Okay.
that.
Yeah. That's a bad one.
Yeah.
All right, when they say sorry too much.
Have some standards, stand up for yourself, and stop letting stuff go so easily.
So is this why girls say that they don't like nice guys?
So
I thought you liked me because I was a nice guy.
I do, but at the same time, you have to have that balance though, because you can also be an ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
So but then there's guys who are nice all the time, and that's all that they are. But you want to have someone that's like more well-rounded. Yeah.
All right, guys. You have to figure out when to not be too nice because when I see guys like that too, I'm just like, bro.
And there's a difference between being nice and being polite, if that makes sense. Because being polite is like you're being respectful, but being too nice is like, yeah, you're just letting stuff go all the time.
Well, it's like, okay, here's an example. When you said that let's say someone bumps into me.
Yeah.
Too nice is saying, oh, sorry, because I didn't bump into you,
Yeah.
right? The guy bumped into me.
Yep.
But then a normal person would say, oh, you're good.
Yeah, right.
But then when you say, oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's like, why are you saying sorry? Like they bumped into you. They should be saying sorry,
Right.
you know, or excuse me,
Yeah.
something.
But if you just say, you're good.
Yeah.
Then that's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fine.
All right, here we go.
When guys take selfies, that's girl coded. Like if you're like this in public, please don't do that.
True. I don't really take selfies.
Yeah, you do.
Not really.
Yeah,
when
you
I
do.
take it, it's with myself. I take it with the kids
You take selfies
because I
on
want to
your
be.
stories.
Those are videos.
Sometimes. Oh, but then you like to like take selfies and then you'll put like a story behind it and you'll put captions and stuff like that. So it's not just a selfie of you
Yeah,
just to
I mean,
take
you want
for
it-
the sake of a selfie.
You want me to just do a black screen and have captions?
No.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
No. I don't see it as an ick unless it's someone who like if you were to go on their Instagram page and all you see are selfies of them.
Right.
That is an ick.
I mean, okay, so here's the thing. I was going to say, like, people follow you because they like you and they want to see you,
Yeah.
right? So that's why you should post pictures of yourself.
Mm.
But I guess selfies where it's like that, yeah, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
Like, we should find a better way to not be so corny with the pictures.
Well, I think it's not so much being corny, but then it's like even for girls or guys, whenever I see their pages and then it's all like you keep scrolling and there's like hundreds of pictures of them just taking selfies of themselves, they seem kind of like self-absorbed.
Oh,
Like they're
okay.
just like, oh, I look so good. Let me take more selfies.
Here's a selfie ick that gets me. It's not when they're in selfie mode like this and they're taking the photo. It's when there's a mirror on the other side and they take the photo.
Oh,
To me, that's a little too much.
I think it depends. I think some of those turn out cute. Yeah, I think those are cute pictures. It's not an ick for me.
Yeah.
Right, what's your biggest ick? Okay, so
Why is she
it might be a
orange?
bit rogue, but when a boy gets hit by like a slow moving car,
What?
Who gets hit by a slow moving car?
I've seen a girl get hit by a slow moving car in
Wait,
front of me.
Tell me the story.
We're hanging out with a bunch of friends, and I don't think she was sober at the time.
Oh, you guys were out partying or something?
Not partying, but she just wasn't sober. And I didn't really know her, but she was just like not all there. And then she was walking in front of a car that my friend was driving, and he was also like not paying attention, and his car just started rolling forward, and she was just like right there, and just like, oh. And that was it. Like,
Okay.
and then they just looked at each other and we're like, what the hell? Like, how do you not notice? Like, what's wrong with you guys? That was really weird to me.
I didn't know that was a thing, getting hit by a slow moving car.
Yeah. Like, she's just standing there because she's like out of it, right? And then his car's just like slowly rolling forward. And
All right.
yeah. That was a weird thing for me.
It's pretty weird.
Yeah. I still have that visual in my head.
But why was that girl orange?
Maybe it was some kind of football game and they had face painting or something. Or some kind of game.
I like how you try to justify things.
Yeah, because why else would people have their face painted orange though? Usually it's when there's like a football game. I don't know. Self-tanner, maybe? Okay, so it looks like this girl, for those of you who don't have video, she's wearing a cheetah-lined dress coat. And they look like they're out in public, maybe at an event or
It
something.
looks like an event.
Okay.
What gives you the biggest ick?
When they're really nice and they send the little like emoji with the eyes.
It's an ick.
Yeah.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I don't like guys.
You don't like guys at all?
Yeah.
You like me? I'm a guy.
Yeah, you're nice.
Oh, thank you. Is it a turn off when a guy uses emojis?
It depends on which emoji and how he's using it, like ironically or unironically.
Okay, what emoji is good that a guy uses? What do you like?
I don't know. I just don't like a lot of things that men do.
Oh, so yeah, she just hates men.
All right. So ick is don't use emojis. I use emojis when I don't want to type a sentence out or too long.
I like emojis. It makes me laugh. Like whenever you respond with something and you do like the side eye or something else, I'm like,
Yeah, you get it.
That's all you have to
right?
say.
Yeah, you don't even have to type everything out. It's just, but sometimes when you text stuff, it's misinterpreted because they can't read between the lines or they can't read your, it's not face to face. There's no voice to it.
Yeah.
Right? So sometimes it gets all, I don't know, distorted.
Yeah.
So an emoji is like the perfect way to show the sarcasm or the emotion of something.
I like emojis. I use it all the time.
I think emojis are meant for emotions.
Yes.
Oh, is that why it's called emoji?
Yeah.
Emoji. But what's the G for? Emotion G?
I have no idea.
All right. Well, you guys let us know what the word emoji came from.
All right. Number 1, ordering a steak anything more than medium.
Yes.
To me, that says you're uncultured. It does. It
Not
says that
uncultured,
you
but-
have no good taste. I'm a big foodie. I want to go out to eat with someone who really gets food, and that's just how I feel about it. Number 2, never been to a therapist. Everyone needs to go to therapy. I do not care if you were brought up in the best household ever. You need therapy. Everyone does. Everyone has some kind of trauma built up in there. Doesn't go to the dentist at least twice a year.
Does everyone go twice a year?
That speaks for itself. If
I'm
you're
not
going to
sure.
kiss
I
me, you're
think
going to have a
once-
nice clean
Once
mouth.
for sure.
The minimum.
Yeah, that's how I feel about
Twice,
it.
yeah.
Let's
Sometimes
keep
I
going.
go. Sometimes I
No
go
metal
4
credit
times.
card.
It depends.
I'm about to get some hate here. I know I'm about to get called superficial, but at the end of the day, I want someone who's financially responsible. And I know that some people are going to argue with me that charging things on a credit card is financially irresponsible. What I think is irresponsible is paying full price for flights and hotels when you could be utilizing points on the same exact money that you could be swiping on. You
But she's
should
talking
be
about a metal
utilizing
credit
points.
card.
And in order to maximize your points, most of those cards are going to be metal credit cards. So
Do you know what a metal credit card is?
No. What is that?
A metal credit card is your credit cards that have high annual fees. You have to
Oh.
spend a lot every year or maybe even every month. Like American Express has a metal card, right? It's like a metallic silver gray.
Oh, but why would you want to pay so much interest on a credit card if
That's not what she's saying.
she
We're not talking about interest. You pay it off every month. What she's saying is that get a metal card because those often give you the most bonus points
oh,
and
got
rewards
it.
back,
Oh.
especially if you're buying flights and hotels and stuff like that.
got it?
Right? But also, I don't know. Sometimes those metal cards are $500 a year, $1,500 a year, or whatever. You know.
But there's so many other credit cards, so
that do the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Call me superficial. I don't care. Use a metal credit card. I want to hear that thing clink
She
whenever
explained it
you go
very
to
well.
pay the bill
Yeah.
at the end of the date.
It wasn't
We're getting
like
further down the list.
metal card to buy other
right
stuff.
here only uses a debit card. The only reason I put this on here, it's the same thing as before, but I had a guy literally go to pay one time with a debit card that was shredded. It was in pieces, and I was like, is he going to be able to pick up this bill? Is he going to be able to pay for this date he invited me on? That was problematic, and it gave me a little bit of trauma, and so that tells me you're irresponsible.
I don't think there's any issue paying for things with only a debit card. That means they don't want any debt.
Yeah.
Maybe they're in this structure that they built for the year and they're trying to be, debt free so they can buy a home.
Yeah, but then don't you need a credit card to be able to build credit too?
They probably have a credit card.
Oh.
I mean,
but
she's
they
not-
pay with
Yeah.
I guess so. But I think it sounds like she wants someone that's like financially stable and also financially what's the word? Literate. Like that they understand how it works and knowing how interest rates work, trying to like spend money more wisely and getting deals rather than just like paying full price for everything, if that makes sense.
She's trying to find an executive. That's what she's trying to do.
In a lot of ways. Next on the list is going to be no curtains. Grow up. No one wants to finally spend the night with you
That's
and then
everybody.
get woken up by the sun the next morning, especially if we went out, had a few drinks, had some glasses of wine, and my head hurts.
That's true.
I don't
That's
want to be
true.
woken
I
up
would
by
hate
the
that.
sun. Get some freaking curtains. Call your mom, call your sister, tell someone to get you some freaking curtains. Next on the list, let's see here. Navy or plaid sheets. Grow up. Get some white sheets. To me, white means that it's
like
clean.
navy
I need to
sheets.
know that it's
I
clean.
don't.
Now, I will say during the
We have
wintertime,
navy
whenever I'm
sheets.
spray
Yeah,
tanning,
I don't
will I have
really
gray
like
sheets?
anything navy.
Yes, I will.
Why do we buy it?
But with that being said,
you
I need
like
to know
it.
your sheets are clean. I need to see white sheets. I need to know that no other females have been rolling around in there with their spray tan. I need to know that you wash your sheets. Wash them. That's the
I
reason
like white
hotels
sheets.
do it. You don't go into a
I do too, but we
hotel
have
with some kind of
kids,
like dark colored sheet. Just not there. As we continue on. No
That's
hand
a
towels.
weird one.
If I get to your house and I need to go wash my hands and I'm walking
Yeah.
around with wet hands like this after I go to the bathroom, grow up. Grow up. We need men. We need men with hand towels.
Okay, that's one of my icks. So every time you clean the house and you wash, clothes and stuff, and you grab hand towels and you throw them into the washer and all the other towels, bath towels, which is really great. But then like there's no towels for me to wipe my hands with, and I'm like this walking around the house, and then I'm wiping on myself, or I'm wasting paper towels. And I'm like, damn, I wish when she does that, she would replace it with new clean towels that we do have.
Well, that's actually my ick about you, because if you see these things and you see that I'm doing a part of it, my ick is you saying it and letting me know, oh, how come there's no towel? Please go get it then, because I just cleaned everything, and that's
what
the
I-
least that you can do.
That's what I say about you all the time. If you see me doing something, then just be grateful and then do the other part of it.
No.
Yeah.
But the ick is you having to nag about it. And I'm like, well, if you see something, just take care of it, please, because I already just did all this stuff. Don't nag at me for not doing an extra thing that you could be helping with.
Because, for specifically the hand towels, when I wash them, I do put them back
Yeah.
from the dryer. I'll grab it from the dryer and I'll put those same ones back.
Yeah, but usually when I'm doing that, I'm cleaning the whole house. So it's like, oh, if you see me cleaning the whole house and you notice that there's no towels, just go and
Yeah.
help me get it and put it there.
It's because we're doing different things in different ways. When I wash it, I put it back. So that's why I'm like, wait, where are they? Because that's
Yeah.
how I do it. But you do
Yeah.
it differently. So
But I mean, just in general, my ick is just you always saying something like, oh, this is so dirty. And then you don't clean it. And then later on, I have to go and clean it. I'm like, if you see something, help me. Don't say it to tell me to do it. Just help me do it.
because I got like 10 other things I got to do.
I do too.
Yeah, but those things can wait. Our things have deadlines.
There's this one video that was going viral too. It's like when a woman asks you to do something, it's like, just do it. Don't make us wait forever. That's an ick. That's an ick.
Damn. All right. Well, I don't know. I think I'm done watching these videos. But I do have, there might be some icks that I have about you that we can talk about.
Okay.
And
Wait.
if you have some of me, we can talk about that too.
This is about to get interesting.
Are you ready to hear an ick that I have from my wife?
Yeah, if you leave with a black eye, it's not my fault.
No, these are not crazy icks. All right. So this ick that I have about you is when we go to a restaurant and then we have all this leftover food to bring home.
Yeah.
And so the next day we're going to eat the leftover food. Cool, right?
Mhm.
But when there's like 5 boxes of leftover food and you microwave it, you put all that food on one plate and it's fully loaded and compacted to the point where the food in the middle of the plate doesn't get warm. All the sauces and flavors are mixing with everywhere. And then the 4 of us in our family have to share off that one plate. So, I'm like, bro, like, can we just all have our own plates? Can we enjoy our variety of food instead of like, I don't know.
Okay, so with that, it's because there's so many boxes, right? And I'm like, okay, well, it looks like there's so little in each of these boxes. So when I'm slowly putting it on, and I do that because I want all of the food to get warmed up at the same time. And I'm like, oh, it should fit. And then once I'm putting it on, I'm like, oh shit. And I put on more and I'm like, oh damn, this is getting full. I'm like, well, what am I going to do? I'm already doing it. So I just have to do it. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
You do that quite often.
I know, because I think it's all going to fit. And then once I'm already in, like, I just have to keep going because I'm like,
no, you can grab another plate and start transferring.
I know, but yeah, you're right. But I do it because I'm like, oh, I want it to be done. And then everyone can like, so my goal is like everyone can get food off of that plate and put it onto their own plate.
But then we don't have our own plates. You just put that there and you tell us to sit down and we eat.
No, I tell you to get plates. And then
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No. All right, what's your ick?
My biggest ick is when you leave stuff everywhere. Like you just leave stuff everywhere. Like you'll take something out and then you'll leave it. And then I'm just like, but
That's both of us though.
True, but you do it more often. You do it a lot.
So there's this video that I just saw on TikTok, and it was a video of a little kid, and the caption said, men are just born this way. And it was a little kid who was like putting stuff everywhere.
Oh my gosh, yes. Or it's like or there was like a little kid and then the jacket was on the chair and then he's like literally right in front of it. It's like, get your jacket. And he's like doing all these other things. Get your jacket. He's like looking everywhere and it's like right in front of him. It's like, it's right there.
All right, well, okay, here's my second and last ick for you. It is when we are always late.
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge ick for me. Because before you, I am always that person that's on time.
Mhm.
And for me, it's like, it's a sense of peace and like able to just, I don't know. I always have so much stuff going on in my head that when I want to go into a place or an event, I want to have like a good time. And I can't do that if like I'm already rushing somewhere. And then also at the same time, when we're late, that means I don't have much time to warm up the car. And then I got to speed. I don't want to speed. I don't want to burn the engine oil, like all that stuff. Like I don't want to mess up my car because we're late.
Yeah.
And then I think the biggest part is that we have this thing to do. It's been on the calendar for a week. We know what time we have all day, but you decide to get ready the last hour before we got to leave. While you still got to do all these other things for the kids and yourself and all these other things come up.
Yeah.
But we have you got all the time in the day to do all that stuff and get ready. And then we're late.
Yeah. I don't know.
You are the one that makes the family late, not even the kids.
Sometimes, because there's always these other things too. Like, or I'll be done getting ready and I come down and I'm like, oh, you didn't get the milk ready? Like, now I have to do it?
Now
but you're just sitting there on the phone and
that's how tired and frustrated I am by that time. I'm like, oh.
But you can be doing other things too while I'm getting ready.
That's not a reason for you to use as like, well, I'm just going to get ready and can do everything.
But I do a lot of stuff.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, like, if I get them ready and stuff too, I'm not like, oh, well, I got to do everything,
I don't know. So what's your last ick about me?
My last ick about you, Oh my god. Okay, I think this is one that
Say it.
applies to most women,
Uh-huh.
and it's like it's always like, oh, I can't find this, and I'm like, okay, let me go check real quick to see where it should be, and it's like as soon as I go in there it is. It's
Oh,
right
like
there.
you yesterday?
Yeah, we do that all the time.
Yesterday you said, "Where is the seaweed?"
You know what? Because it's in this plastic wrapper, and he like saran wrapped it like it looked like
To
it
keep it
was
fresh.
wrapped. It looked like it was wrapped 10 times, so it's like all like folded over the words and stuff, and it just looks all like plastic everywhere. I could not read it.
Do you want soggy seaweed?
No, I'm just saying that's why I couldn't see it. I'm the
When-
type of person, I've always been this way as a kid. If I look at too much stuff at the same time, my mind gets very
was
overstimulated.
Literally right in front of us. The moment you walk into the pantry is right there at eye level.
Yeah, I couldn't see it because it was
Right.
all covered up with saran wrap.
Okay, so when you are a chef or you go to culinary school and all these things, they teach you how to properly saran wrap your products, your food
Yeah.
products. Because if you don't, it's not going to be fresh.
Right.
And then if you do it properly, something that a normal person would wrap that would only last like 3 days before it goes bad will last weeks. Weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, and like in the freezer, it can last 6 months if it's wrapped properly. You know what I mean? So, I did have one last ick
Oh,
that
really?
came up. I don't remember it anymore.
It must not be that bad. I'm just kidding.
None of them are bad. So icks are just icks. They're not meant for you to change yourself or change anything about you. It is what it is. Like, you know what I mean?
To a certain extent, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, okay, like showering and stuff. Yeah, you got to change those things, right? But
Yep.
most of the time, that's just you being you, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
So do not change yourselves for these icks guys. But when they have to deal with hygiene, that's when you got to change.
Mhm.
Or attitudes and the way where it can make you better. Yeah, you got to change those.
Your composure, for sure.
Right. But everything else, like, it's just you. Don't change you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you think about all these icks?
Some of them made sense, and this last one especially, I liked her list of icks because there were things that like you really don't think about, and it's not like, oh gosh, they don't have curtains like when you go to their house. It's more of like when you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, but it's not like something where you're like, oh, I'm not dating this guy because there's no curtains. It's stuff that actually makes sense.
So all the guys out there, I think we need to do our part. This ick list has been going on for 4 years. The women have 600 icks on us. We need to create an ick list on the girls, and we need to double it. We need 1,200 icks on the girls.
I would actually love to hear more about guy icks.
Write it down in the comments, guys, on Spotify, on YouTube, on Instagram and TikTok. When you see these videos, make sure you comment your icks, okay? Because we need,
yeah. I want to
Everyone's
know
gotta
how a
see
guy
the icks.
thinks. Yeah.
Everyone's got to see this.
Yep.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was our first time doing watching videos and reacting to it. So I hope if you guys were listening on a podcast platform, that it was on Spotify so you could see the video itself, or YouTube. So if you don't follow us, make sure to subscribe on all the channels, social media, TikTok, Instagram.
Links below.
All the links are below.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys next time on the Love and Rice podcast.
Bye.